Hello and welcome to day 30 of Getting Good at Talking. I'm Leah and I'm recording myself every day talking to camera so that I can get better at talking to camera. I'm walking my dog right now and I just stopped at a porta potty in the neighborhood because there was one and I was like, I could always pee. You know how some people are like, I could eat. I'm a little hungry, I could eat. I'm always like, I could pee. Like there's always a little something in the tank. I don't know. That's just me. Anyway, day 30. That's fucking incredible. I'm so proud of myself. Day 30. That's a whole month. That's a whole month of doing this. And a whole month of getting way outside my, well, let's be real. I was gonna say getting, ooh, what is that? It looks like poop, but it's red. It looks like red velvet cake poop. But there are flies on it, so I'm sure it's poop. I guess that animal ate a lot of beets or something. I hope it's not blood. Yikes. Why does she always talk about poop and pee? I don't know. Anyway, a whole month of doing this, which is really fucking incredible, and I'm very proud of myself. And I was gonna say I've gotten way out of my comfort zone, but it's not way out of my comfort zone. Like I am still, I mean, I'm not comfortable by any means. But to say it's way outside, I think if it were way outside of my comfort zone, I wouldn't do it. Or I wouldn't have done it for this long. I think it's a fine balance when you do new things, like challenging things. They need to be outside of your comfort zone, but not like so far out that it keeps you from consistency. Anyway, I don't know what I want to talk about because I'm stuck on the fact that 30 days is incredible. Let's say today was a run day and I ran 6.5 miles. And I used to cycle and I would Strava all my rides. And it didn't even occur to me when I started running that Strava was like still a thing, and it's a thing for running too. So I never started Stravaing my runs, and I don't intend to. But it was such a thing when I was cycling that if I didn't Strava it, I didn't do it. And I think it's just funny now. It occurred to me a few days ago. I saw someone post. Well, I have a lot of like running stuff on my feed now. My algorithm is like a lot of running content, and so I've seen posts of people posting their runs on Strava, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a thing. And I was like, nah. And it's just not something I feel like I need to do for myself. Anyway, what I was gonna say is I run very slow. I'm a very slow runner, but speed is not my goal. I am training my body for distance and time on my feet. And yeah, anyway, I don't know. I just thought of saying that, so I don't know why. Anyway, that's my goal, is to to build up my distance. Chubbies, there's a puddle right there, bud. It's the first day it hasn't rained in a few days, but there's still puddles everywhere. Ooh. So my dog doesn't like pull me super super hard on his walks unless he smells something that is very enticing. And I found the only things that are very enticing, it's cat poop. So I gotta stay strong and stable, not let him pull me over, because if he wants some cat poop, he will pull the shit out of me. Not literally. There we are, talking about poop and pee again. Come on, this way. You don't have as much freedom when you choose this route. He like wants to get all up in everybody's yard, and like, we can't do, I mean, I guess we could, but I don't want to be that person. I mean, you never know these days. People, well, there was actually one guy, I was walking Chubbs in this neighborhood, and he stopped at a plant in this yard, and I was still standing on the sidewalk, and so it wasn't, the plant was not far into the yard or anything. And this guy, this old man, don't you let your dog shit in my yard. I just looked at him because Chubbs was not gonna shit in his yard. He had already shit, so it wasn't a thing. And I just looked at this man, and the man was like, "What are you staring at?" So I kept staring, and then he got angrier. He's like, "You not know how to talk?" I just kept staring. "Are you mute?" Just kept staring. And then I paused. So I was like, how do I want to handle this? Like, this man has just like gone off his rocker because my dog was sniffing his bush. And so I slowly take my earbuds or my headphones off my ears, as if like I couldn't hear him before, but I could. I didn't have anything playing. And so I took them off slowly, and I raised my eyebrows and I said, "Did you say something to me?" He said, "Never mind." And I smiled at him and we walked away. But I was just like, God, this man is unhappy. Jesus. Like, oh, Chubbs is pooping. Well, I guess we're good for today. I mean, I told a story. I guess I could put you in my pocket, but I'll put you in my pocket. Well, and if it stops, it stops. So if it stops, I'll see you tomorrow. If it doesn't, we'll continue this after I pick up his poop. And we're back. I picked up his poop. All is well. All is well in the world. Well, that's not true. That's not true. But it it's all is well in my world right now, I guess. I don't want to get into that, you know? I was thinking about this earlier, and like how there was a time where I was really self-conscious about continuing to post like happy things, just like happiness and joyful things, when there's so much chaos and whatnot going on in the world. And I thought about it, like it didn't stop me, because I was able to reflect on why I did feel self-conscious about it. And it was like, how will I be perceived if I continue to post happiness and joy, like when other people are suffering? And to express joy and happiness in the world, like, is a form of resistance. It's a form of, it's because when there's all this chaos and suffering and struggle, that's what they want you to do. They want you to stop experiencing joy and experiencing happiness and just settle into the suffering. Like, this is how it is, I guess. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to continue to express my happiness and my joy, if that's what I'm feeling. And when I'm sad, I express that too. Like, I'm not afraid to say I'm sad. And like, there can be two truths, like there can be multiple truths. And I think a lot of us, I know I used to get really caught up in there can only be one truth. That's not true. There can be multiple. So yes, there can be suffering and chaos, but there can also be happiness and joy. And I think that's where I'm going to stop right now. I think that's a good note to end on. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow.